there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that.
Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off.
There it is. Sophie Cunningham goes down hard, clutching her leg, and just like that, her season takes a brutal turn. And the headline? As loud as it gets. Bria Hartley suspended and sued. Yes, you heard that right. The WNBA's so-called physical play has officially crossed into reckless chaos. The question is simple. Has this league completely lost control? Let's talk about it.
It's sad. It's very, very sad and unfortunate what has happened to Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here.
Now let's not sugarcoat this. Everyone saw the clip. Sophie Cunningham didn't just trip. She didn't just stumble. She was taken out. That wasn't incidental contact. That was targeted. And calling it an accident? That's like calling a mugging a handshake gone wrong. This wasn't basketball. This was reckless, dangerous, and absolutely intentional. And before anyone hits me with the classic, basketball is physical, it happens, let's set the record straight. There's physical, and then there's straight-up assault.
Perspective down low, and she can get a lot of people in foul trouble.
And this wasn't just any player. Sophie Cunningham came into Indiana and immediately gave this team something it desperately needed: toughness, energy, and actual production. She was hitting shots, defending like her career depended on it. And most importantly, she had Caitlin Clark's back. When Clark got hammered 10 times a night with no whistle, Sophie was the one stepping up, mixing it up, making sure Indiana wasn't just going to roll over. Now she's gone. Season-ending injury. Knee? Achilles? Nobody knows yet. What we do know is that Indiana just lost the one player who wasn't afraid to protect their star, and that's catastrophic.
My goodness.
And let's talk about Hartley, because this isn't some one-off mistake. Her rap sheet is longer than a CVS receipt. Pulling Angel Reese out of the air by her hair. Throwing Becca Allen to the ground like she was a sack of laundry. Now ending Sophie Cunningham's season? That's not hard-nosed defense. That's a pattern. That's who she is. And the league pretending otherwise? About as believable as a politician promising lower taxes.
My goodness.
But let's zoom out, because this isn't just about Hartley versus Cunningham. This is about a league that has let dirty play run wild. How many injuries have we seen this year? Caitlin Clark missing more games than she's played. Sydney Colson, torn ACL. A.R. McDonald, broken foot. Half the league walking around in knee braces and boots. And somehow, the WNBA keeps parading around like this physicality is a badge of honor. Really? Because fans don't pay money to watch an injury report scroll across ESPN.
You talk to Sophie Cunningham and she'll say, I'm trying to wrap her up. And I do think that's what...
And then there's the referees. My God, the refs. Sophie Cunningham gets knocked down, bringing the ball up the floor, 75 feet from the hoop. Obvious foul, right? Nope. Play on. Sophie complains? Technical foul. That's the clown show we're dealing with. Honestly, half these refs should be working a McDonald's drive-thru or handing out Windex at stoplights, because refereeing clearly isn't their lane.
As we went to commercial, Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off.
And what about Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner? What does she say? Players need to rest more. Avoid off-season leagues. Oh, really? Newsflash. Caitlin Clark didn't play overseas. Sophie Cunningham didn't play overseas. Both are hurt, both are out. Because your league lets WWE moves slide under the rim while referees whistle Dixie. That's not toughness, that's negligence.
Game, Sophie Cunningham went down It did not look good. I heard her saying no from the court. It was heartbreaking. I am hoping, this is the hope, that it was more of like a bruised knee type thing. There aren't many updates as of yet, but she will be getting an MRI, so hopefully we'll hear something tomorrow. But judging by the way that the WNBA, expands on injuries, it's probably not going to be a lot, but my guess is that she's...
And don't forget the lawsuit. Hartley isn't just suspended, she's being sued. And honestly, she should be. Because when you cross the line from hard defense to career-threatening assault, you're not just breaking basketball rules, you're breaking the law. Sophie Cunningham has every right to go after her. Lost salary, medical bills, lost opportunities. And if Sophie wins, it opens the floodgates. Think about it. What happens when the next star gets slammed to the ground and says, "I'm suing too"? What happens when Angel Reese says, "She pulled my hair, endangered me, I'm filing"? Suddenly, players aren't just worried about fines and suspensions. They're worried about lawsuits, endorsements, and being legally responsible for injuries. That's a whole new world of accountability. But here's the saddest part. This was all predictable. Everyone knew Hartley was a problem. Fans called it out. Commentators warned about it. Sophie probably knew it too. But the league let it go. Why? Because controversy sells. Because old heads say, the women's game is finally tough. Congratulations, you got your toughness. You also got your stars in rehab and your reputation in the mud. And it's not like we haven't seen this before. Remember the NBA in the 80s and 90s? Elbows to the throat, players getting clotheslined, fights every other night. Eventually the league realized, hey, maybe this shouldn't look like cage fighting. They changed the rules. Flagrant fouls got called. Suspensions actually meant something, and the league thrived. Meanwhile, the WNBA is running the Bad Boys Pistons playbook 30 years too late, except this time, the stars can't survive it. And here's the kicker, Caitlin Clark. Everything somehow comes back to her. Sophie Cunningham was her protector, the one player not afraid to push back. Now she's gone. And if you don't think opponents notice that, please. Clark's about to become an even bigger target. And Indiana just lost its enforcer. If the WNBA doesn't get its act together, this won't just be about Sophie Cunningham. It'll be about every player wondering if they're one dirty play away from a lawsuit, a suspension, or worse, a career-ending injury. And the WNBA could fix this tomorrow. Suspend Hartley for real, not just a slap on the wrist. Retrain referees to actually enforce the rulebook. Prioritize player safety instead of pretending recklessness equals toughness. But will they? History says no. They'll sweep it under the rug, issue a half-hearted statement, and act shocked when the next injury happens. Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham's career hangs in the balance. Because injuries like this don't just go away. They linger. They change careers. She wasn't just having a good season. She was carving out a new role. And Hartley may have taken that from her. For what? To send a message? To prove you're the toughest on the court? It's pathetic. It's desperate. And it's killing the league from the inside out. So yes, Bria Hartley got suspended. Yes, she's getting sued. But that's not enough. The real question is, what's the WNBA going to do to stop this from happening again? Because if the answer is nothing, brace yourselves. Sophie Cunningham won't be the last star on that injury list. Not even close. What's your take? Should Hartley ever play again, or is this the end of the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.